Hi, my name's Marty Mako, and you're watching Outside the Margins on TV Kojiko. When we started thinking about this episode, our vision was to focus on the issue of homelessness in Niagara. But then we met Darcy Belanger, and his story of struggle and overcoming addictions became much more than that. Maybe tell us a little bit about how you started going down that path with the alcohol and the addiction. Sounds like your childhood was pretty good.
It was.
Was it one decision? Was it a series of decisions?
It was a lot of bad decisions through my whole life.
Those decisions would eventually leave Darcy homeless.
I slept on the streets for a while before I even bothered to go to a shelter, just because I thought the shelter was, that was it. So I tried to hold off, try to couch surf. Until, I ran out of places to go. For me, to fall asleep, I'd have to be extremely exhausted. What if someone's walking by or a car going by in the alley because you're in a doorway sleeping, or is someone going to come down the stairs in the apartment buildings and then kick you out? So by the time you'd really fall asleep, you're just exhausted. And other than that, it's not fun, but, you know.
The turnaround for Darcy came when he sought refuge at Southridge. The Glenridge Avenue Church has operated a 35-bed shelter for the past 9 years. The changes in Darcy weren't immediate. He experienced several setbacks along the way to sobriety.
They allowed me to make my decisions on my own, go at my own pace. They never forced me into anything. They just sat there, listened, gave me some advice.
Sounds like the people made a big difference, that sense of community, the social part.
They definitely did, especially in that time of my life, yes, for sure. With me coming in, like we said earlier, it's couch surfing, ran out of places to go. Coming here, having new friends, felt the acceptance.
These days, Darcy is a fixture at Southridge and an active volunteer at the shelter he once called home. He has transitioned into housing and is also taking classes with the hopes of one day becoming an Aboriginal adult educator.
I'd like to work with Aboriginals with their addictions and just kind of let them know that there's hope out there. That crossing the line into sobriety, they won't be alone.
A lot of people probably do think they are alone, so I think that's why doing something like what you're doing right now could really help a lot of people.
Yes, I felt the same way. I knew I was leaving all my drinking friends behind, and at that point, I felt I was going to go across alone, and that was it. I lost all my friends, but there's a ton of friends that made this journey across that I ran into again, became friends again with, and just met a lot of great people.
Darcy came to Southridge for a meal and a place to stay, but he found a community. If I take one lesson away from Darcy's story, it's about the importance of community-based solutions and personal relationships to complex problems like homelessness. We'd like to thank Darcy for being brave enough to share his story with us. He hoped it would inspire others, and I know it's inspired me. Reporting for The Source on TV Kojiko, I'm Marty Mako.